This is a common law marriage estate planning nightmare. Hey everybody, I'm Christopher Small. I'm the owner of CMS Law Firm. We do estate planning, we do probate, we do it well. I'm here to teach you about the nightmares so you don't have to experience them. If, by the way, you want help with estate planning and you're in Washington State, cmslawfirm.com is the place to go. All right, so this was a potential client call that we received a couple days ago. It was not from work that we did, so thankfully. But there was a person that called, and they had been in a committed, intimate relationship, is sort of the legal term for common law marriage in Washington, for 18 years. At least this is what the person on the phone told us. You'll see how this gets squirrely pretty quick. The person that they were with, I'm going to call them the spouse, okay, even though they're not the spouse. Their spouse passed away. There was no will, and they were trying to figure out what to do. They were trying to figure out what the rules are, trying to figure out how does everything get divided up. And we had to break some bad news for them and also maybe prepare them for a little bit of a fight. So first things first, if you die in Washington State without a will and you are in a common law marriage, the surviving spouse, okay, in quotations, is not entitled to anything, okay? If you are not married or a domestic partner legally, you are not entitled to any of the inheritance of the deceased person, okay? In this case, the deceased person had a child from a different relationship. Everything is going to go to that child. This is also where it gets squirrely. So they have been in this common law marriage, we're going to call it, for 18 years, which means they probably accumulated assets together. Okay, let's say they bought a home together. Let's say they bought a car together. Let's say they've been investing in stocks together. Okay, now that the first spouse has died, half of that is going to go to this kid. So it's going to have to be liquidated. It's going to have to be split up. Some things are going to happen, but basically half of everything is going to leave the surviving spouse's world. And on top of that, you're going to have to argue about potentially, or figure out potentially, what was separate property, which would just remain with the deceased spouse or with the living spouse, and what was community property, right, which would be split up equally between the two of them. It's not an easy calculation to make, often because people aren't thinking about it as they are going through their lives, and it just creates a huge, huge mess. The solution in this case is actually pretty simple with a little estate planning. First things first, you could just do a will and say, I want everything to go to my spouse, okay, to my significant other. When they die, the will controls, it would all go to the significant other and not the kid. They could have also carved out something for the kid if they want. There's a bunch of different options that they could have done. But if they didn't want the surviving partner to get cut out, they could have remedied that with some simple estate planning. They could have also even just made beneficiary designations on all of the accounts to go to the surviving partner. Could have potentially done a transfer on death deed for any real estate. There are many different things that they could have done. Bottom line though is they probably should have talked to somebody and gotten things set up before this happened. Because now that the person's gone, there's no fixing it, right? So that's it. We have a common law estate planning nightmare on our hands. So hopefully this helped. If it did, that's great. If you're someplace you can subscribe, like, comment, do all the things that you want to do. And if you are in Washington State and you need estate planning help, you can go to cmslawfirm.com and set up a time to talk with us over the phone for free. Okay. Once again, I am Christopher Small. I'm the owner of CMS Law Firm. We do estate planning, we do probate, we do it well. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. Appreciate you. I'll talk to you again.